We are so thrilled and honored to have Patti Page sitting in this circle with us. Wow.
Thank you.
Are you soaking up all this country music,
I'm
Patti?
still crying. Yes, I am.
Well, of course, you were really known. Well, you're known in your career for a broad range of material, everything from the country song, of course, the Tennessee Waltz, and How Much Is the Doggie in the Window, and on over with so many of those great,
coming from
great
Oklahoma, I was very engulfed in country music. That's how I was brought up, with 7 sisters and 3 brothers. That's all we sang. So when I went to Chicago from Tulsa, Oklahoma, I started singing on WBBM in Chicago and the MAQ, the NBC station, and I sang all the pop songs. You just pick up those song hits magazines with the words in them, and you start singing them. And that's what happened, and Mercury heard me sing on one of those particular shows and signed me up, and I did the first double voice that was done in Chicago with Confess. And in those days, it was an echo, so it didn't matter if you lost the presence because it was made for that song. But Mercury starting out, I was there when they started out. Just Frankie Lane was before me and Victor Moan. And they put me in the pop field because they had nowhere else to put me. And then when I went to New York, after I'd been in Chicago for a year, is when someone in our office building at the Brill Building in New York came to my manager at that time, Jack Rio, and said, "We heard a record last night of Erskine Hawkins. He was on Billboard magazine, this reviewer, and we reviewed it in the rhythm and blues field. And it's a country song, and I think if someone like Patti got a hold of it, it would be a smash." And so Jack said to him, "Well, we've got a record date coming up, and we can put it on the other side if she likes it." And so I heard it, and I said, "I grew up singing these songs," and it was Tennessee Waltz.
So was that supposed to be the B-side,
Oh,
the
yes,
backside of your
definitely.
record?
Because a great song called Boogie Woogie Santa Claus had just been written, and this was the end of November, and only Christmas songs would sell. So Mercury, with their bright idea, said, "No, we don't want anything that's great on the other side of this great song." And that's how Tennessee Waltz landed on that side.
Well, I'm sure you never dreamed at the time that it would become the state song, one of the state songs of our great
Not in
state
a million
of Tennessee.
years, no. I could never have imagined that, no. And it was...
Hey, Bill, I got to tell you, I fell in love with Patti when I seen her in a movie with Burt Lancaster called Elmer Gantry.
Yeah.
Anybody see that? Absolutely. Elmer
Thank
Gantry.
you. You're the only one that saw me in it.
I saw you in it. I saw you in it.
Thank you.
Did you do a lot of movies?
No, I did 3, and they immediately sold most of them to television. But the first one I did was Elmer Gantry, and I was very proud of that.
Good place to start.
Yes, it was.
I'm sure
Everybody
you're
won
gonna
an
have
award but me.
I'm sure you're going to have a room full of people singing on the chorus, but could we get to Tennessee Waltz out of
Well, I'm going to try, if you don't mind. I'm going to sit here. Okay. I fell last week, and that's a good excuse.
Just be comfortable.
Anytime. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz. I'm not used to singing sitting down either, but that's another excuse. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz. I lost my little darling the night they were playing. This is what you get when you don't rehearse. The Tennessee Waltz.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Some people don't need to rehearse, Patty. That's wonderful.
Can I ask you something, Patty? I came to Nashville. I can't remember what year it was. I don't remember what year it was, but I came to Lefty, my brother Lefty. I went out to his house, and if I'm not mistaken, did you record Mom and Dad Waltz?
I sure did.
It was a Mom and Dad Waltz, and I'm telling you, he was so excited that I just wanted to make sure before I said
That was me.
and he was so excited. He said, "David," he said, "come here, you got to hear." And he played me. And there was a couple of different cuts on that one, and he was so excited with yours. But have anybody heard of the 1,001 Strings or something? Have you ever heard of those? Out of New York, the symphony orchestra. They had done it.
Really?
And so he played me both of them, and I didn't recognize the one, but I did recognize when you sang it. Mom and Dad Waltz. You did a great. He was so proud of you.
Great song.
How about How Much Is That Doggie? I love that.
How much is that doggy in the window? Was that Kelly? That what you did? I'm sorry, baby. I swear I'm sorry.
I have to tell you though, I was listening to that song just the other day. We just got a new puppy in our home, driving us crazy. But he's real animated, and when I turned that song on the other day, he goes.
I heard a lot of that.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
You was talking about singing with a split voice. I remember when I was growing up, I heard Connie Francis do the harmony, and I thought, wow, how can she do that with herself? Must like her vocal cords must be really weird, you know? I didn't know about overdubbing and stuff, man.
It hurts. She said.
It hurt.
I happen to know that when Patti Page leaves our circle, and she's going to have to in a little while, you're going to judge a talent contest somewhere in town.
Yes, the country jamboree with Leanne Rhymes. She's the hostess at the Ryman tonight.
Yeah. Do you like to judge other?
I've never been a judge, so this is going to be an occasion for me.
I'm going to be there with you.
Huh?
I'm going to be there with you.
Oh, then I'll put it all on you, Jimmy.
I will be there with you.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I'll have
You
a
ever
friend
been a
there.
judge before?
No,
Oh, well,
I'm not going to be one tonight either.
You just don't be there.
He's
I'm
been
just gonna be
before
there.
judge.
I've been judged before.
Do you remember that when you had You Could Be a Star?
You can be a star.
And I was a judge on that one time, and this girl was on there. Bless her heart, I felt so bad. She was so nervous. She was so scared, and she couldn't do anything. About like I'll be when I get up there, you know. But I just, you know, felt really bad for her. But I didn't want to give her a high score because I was afraid she'd win, you know. Because sometimes, you know, the audience is sometimes packed with their friends and relatives. So whoever the other judge is, anyway, I gave her a medium low score, but not really low. And when I came out to go to the dressing room to change clothes to do the other show, this woman came running down the aisle, and you were walking toward me down the aisle at the Opera House. This woman came out of nowhere and grabbed my arm, and I was like this. She said, "How dare you give my daughter a low score?" Like that. I said, "Lady," and I'm using that word loosely because I said, "That's more than she deserved." And I said, "She has a problem, and it's you. Now get your damn hand off my arm." And
Good
Bill,
luck, Patty.
Bill walked up. Bill walked,
Jimmy's got your back.
Bill walked up to her and he said, "I think you just grabbed the wrong woman." But anyway, I just, I told her she was a problem. I hate stage mothers, and that's what she was. The girl didn't want to be there.
You've got Patti about to resign from being a judge.
Bill,
Give them all
Who was the
a high.
producer?
Give them all a high score, Patty.
Yeah.
Give them
who was
all
the
a high
producer of
score.
that show?
That story was a punchline.
I
It
didn't.
didn't have a punchline. It was a
Somebody,
punchline.
because
Somebody get
the mama didn't come see me, the producer came see me.
Yeah, I remember that.
You gave somebody a low score?
I mean, yeah. They wanted you to give up, what was it, 500 was the maximum? And they were giving 485s and 90s and whatever. This is an average singer. That's what sounds like 250 to me. That's right in the middle. That's average. And the producer came and got on me for giving low scores.
500 points is too many points to give anybody for anything.
We were just the opposite. We got letters saying that the whites were the nicest judges that ever had on You Could Be a Star, because we could not say, if there was a good point to them, that's what we would say. And they would come around in between. Billy Paul Jones would come around in between and say, if you see something that could be better, you should say it. We just couldn't do it. So they thought we were the nicest judges that ever had.
Now listen, let me motivate y'all, because there's a scripture that says all liars will have their place in hell. So you give them what they deserve. Okay.
Well, on that note, Red
But you can
Sylvan,
almost find something good
Red
to say.
Sylvan and I, we judged the talent contest. And we had a mother come after us, and she followed us out of the building, and I blamed it on Red.
Bill Monroe was a judge several times. He gave every contestant exactly the same score.
thing.
450.
Same thing, 450.
450 points.
Speaking of You Could Be a Star, Rhonda Vincent, I don't know, and she's going to be a judge. Rhonda Vincent was on You Can Be a Star, and she didn't win. I thought she should have. But anyway, there's a young man sitting up there in that band right now that came to me and said, "Jim Ed, if you're looking for a girl singer, you should hire her." And he's on your steel guitar right there now.
Yeah, he
Mike.
was the leader of the band.
I know he was. And he came to me, and I did hire her, and she came to town, and look where she is now. But that's great. But you never know, whenever you're judging like this, you never know where people are going. You don't know what's in their heart. You can give them 500 or you can give them 250, but you don't know what's in the heart of a singer. And every singer here has got a big heart. I promise you that.
I got to tell you something, Bill. I got to tell y'all something. Me and the guy who's singing in the Diamonds, I can't remember which one it was. He's one of the singers of a group called the Diamonds. And Barry White, you remember anybody remember Barry White? We went down to Florida, and we was the judges in that Air Force show that they have. I can't remember, there's something in blue, talent in blue or something in blue. And what a time that was. Because I had no idea Barry White, they even took us out and so we'd get in this jet, but he couldn't get in it. He couldn't get in the jet. And they took pictures of us around all that stuff, and then we went in and judged this thing. And it was every kind of singer known to man was there. And I didn't hear one country note out of anybody. I don't know why they had me there. I voted right along with Barry. I said, hey, he's big enough to take care of all of us.
While we got Patti here, before she goes to be a judge, could we get a little bit of Mockingbird Hill? Patti Page. And we won't be judging you at all.
Okay, thank you. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee, it gives me a thrill to wake up in the morning to the mockingbird's trill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill. When it's late in the evening, I climb up the hill and survey all my kingdom while everything's still. Only me and the sky and an old whippoorwill singing songs in the moonlight on Mockingbird Hill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee, it gives me a thrill to wake up in the morning to the mockingbird's trill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee, it gives me a thrill to wake up in the morning to the mockingbird's trill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill.